what is that saying about them if they're trying to play a game?
They're entering relationship with a desire to preserve their ego rather than truly connect with that person. It's more important that they appear desirable than then they create something that is desirable between the two of them. So if it's a case of somebody hasn't texted me in a couple of days, I'm not going to text them in a couple of days, but I'm going to post a really pretty picture online. Or if a man is like, oh, she didn't answer me back, or she didn't compliment me, no, I'm not going to give her any compliments. What you're really signaling is, I'm so desperate to be loved that I'll push it away and make you think that I don't want it, just so then if you reject me first, I can feel like I saved my soul by not investing too much. So there is self-preservation, but in the process is self-destruction. Yeah, sadly. So, and I've been there. We've all been there. I think we've all been there. We don't want to look like the idiot. We don't want to look needy. But I always just say to people that if in the process of communicating your needs, you lose somebody or they think something less of you, you're just filtering out the wrong people anyway. The right person will appreciate the communication. They'll reciprocate the communication and you'll build something. The wrong person will, be scared or run away or whatever it is, but you don't want the wrong person anyway. So it's a good filtering process. Effective communication is great for filtering out the wrong people.
It's so interesting because when I was starting to date Martha, my fiance, like just early, the first date, I was just like, I'm going to share not all of me, but kind of all of me up front. And
no games?
Yeah, no games. Just like, this is who I am. This is my flaws. This is my mistakes. This is the things I'm working on. This is, the things I'm good at, all these things.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of was completely unattached to the result.
Yeah.
Like, if she likes me, cool. If she doesn't like me, at least she knows who I am.
Yeah.
And it was freeing. It felt freeing to be like, okay, this is me. I'm not playing any games. I was just like, if you like me, cool. If you don't like me, cool.
Yeah.
And that gave me freedom to be myself. And I think it allowed me to see, does she really like me for kind of all of me of what I'm able to show.
You weren't trying to impress her. You were trying to access a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what the goal should be.
And it was almost like if she didn't want to hang out with me again, I wasn't going to be upset or hurt that she wasn't into me. I'd be like, okay, this just didn't work out.
I think that comes from you having done a lot of work on yourself to get to the point where you felt pretty accepting of yourself at that stage.
Yeah. I couldn't do that in my 20s.
No, because I think the game playing originates from this feeling of, I'm starting from behind. I'm starting from not being good enough. So how can I manufacture a dynamic that is going to raise my value?
How can I show my best self?
Or how can I create a mirage of a self that doesn't exist?
Interesting.
What am I trying to do by not texting you back for 3 days? I'm trying to create this idea of myself as this extremely busy, high demand person, as opposed to the person that I am. And by the way, if I was that really busy, high in demand person, I probably still wouldn't wait 3 days to text you. Because I would say, hey, I'm running from meeting to meeting, but I wanted to say hi and how's your day? Because you still, even if you were that person and it wasn't where your value was, you didn't put your value in being a busy and important person, then you still wouldn't be weaponizing it. But the game playing is a way to kind of, manufacture or engineer a self that doesn't exist, a self that you think would be the most attractive you, that you're not really. Whereas you came into your relationship with Martha going, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm maybe I'm not perfect, but I'm all right. And I come to think of it, I quite like me. I don't mind myself. And if I find someone who likes me for me, that is far preferable to, finding someone who's into me because of this mirage I've created that I now have to sustain.